So we'll see the next concept. So how to find the compound interest for more than 2 years. So when it is asked for more than 2 years, that is 3 years or 4 years, so using this pattern, you can find the answer. Here the question is, what will be the compound interest on a sum of rupees 25,000 after 3 years at the rate of 12% per annum? So in this question, the sum is given and period is 3 years and compound interest is asked. So for 2 years we did already earlier, and for 3 years, so you can use this pattern. For 3 years it is 3I1 plus 3I2 plus I3. So just by finding I1, I2, I3 and now computing this, you can get compound interest for 3 years. So we'll see the working. So here the sum deposited is the sum deposited is 25,000 and the rate percent it is 12%. So we are asked to find CI for 3 years. So when you use the formula, you have heavy working. You have to find cube of the change factor, then multiply with the principal and then subtract the principal from the amount, you get the compound interest. But here, by merely using this pattern for 3 years, you can find the compound interest for 3 years. So we'll calculate what is I1, I2 and I3. Because for 3 years, we need up to I3. So what is I1? So for this 25,000, 12%. So what is 12% of 25,000? So 1% will be 250 into 12. So it is rupees 3,000. And I2 is 12% of 3,000. So again 1% is 30, 12%, multiply 30 with 12, so that is 360. And then find I3 also, so which will be 12% of 360. So by multiplying and dividing it with 100, or finding 1%, 3.6 into 12. So 43.2 is I3. So now you can easily calculate what is the compound interest for 3 years by using this 3I1, 3I2 and I3. So for 3 years it is 3I1. So I1 is 3,000. So 3 into 3,000. And I2 is 360. 3 into 360 plus I3. So I3 doesn't have any coefficients because for that year we are finding interest. So now multiplying and adding. So this is 9,000 and multiplying 360 with 3, 1080 and add this 43.2. So after adding, we get compound interest for 3 years. So for a sum of 25,000 at rate 12%, compound interest for 3 years is 10,123.2 or 20 paise. So when you are working this compound interest, so you can easily find the value by finding I1, I2, I3. And it is not that you have to find all these factors. So once you can find the simple interest and I2 itself, with the help of the options, you can choose what will be the answer. Or you can eliminate the other options and you can work out. So if rate is asked, with the options itself, you can get the help and work out. And we'll see an example how you can eliminate the options and get the answer from the options itself. So we'll see the next question. So we'll see an example. So where without doing any working, with the help of the options, we get the answer. We'll eliminate the other options and get the correct answer with the hints itself, with I1, I2 concept itself. Here the question is, so what will be the compound interest on a sum of rupees 18,000 at 10% per annum compounded half-yearly for 1.5 years. the question here. So please note, so here the period which they have asked is for half yearly. Half yearly means for every 6 months interest is calculated. And the rate which they have given is 10%. It will be for 12 months. So for 12 months, if rate is 10%, so what will be the rate for 6 months? It will be half of that, 5%. And period they have mentioned 1.5 years. So 1.5 years, so 6 months, if we are calculating the interest, we will have 3 6 months in 1.5 years. So we will be calculating 3 times the interest, or period is 3. So you can use n equal to 3 I1 plus 3 I2 plus I3 concept itself, so this pattern itself, and take half the rate. And now, so we can do some oral working also, instead of calculating I1, I2 and I3. So for 18,000, what is 10%? 1,800, but we need only 5%. So what is half of 1,800? 900. So to find I1, we need 3 I1, then I2, 3 I2 and I3. So finding this I1 itself, that is we have got 900. So we will multiply this with 3. So this I1 is 900. When you multiply it with 3, so you will get 2,700. So answer will be definitely more than 2,700, because you have all this I2 and I3 added to this to find CI for 3 periods. And now when you check the option, so option A is 2,725. So it will be definitely more than 2,700, and answer you can choose which is more than 2,700. So when you check all the other options, it is less than 2,700. So only option D. So you have 2,837.25. So when you look at the options, so then you will go panic that the options are very narrow and it will take time to calculate all the working. So here, no need to calculate any value. Get this I1, so triple this because it is for 3 periods. So when you triple, it is 2,700, and go for the option which is more than 2,700. So by this mere simple logic, we have got the answer as D, 2,837.25. So we'll see the next concept.